Hi everyone, I'm Julie with Heal to Change, and I'm here to talk to you about why are we so tired? Why are we fatigued? We can't get out of bed, having to take naps in the afternoon. We're not that old. It doesn't matter how old we are, we're not that old. We shouldn't have to be sleeping our life away. There's two reasons I'm going to discuss today. It's what are you putting in your body and what are you thinking? So the first one is, what are you putting in your body? If you're not treating your body like a car, putting the proper fuel in there, getting those oil changes, adding water, and all the other stuff, that antifreeze, and just treating your car well, it's not going to run. It's the same thing with your body. If you're not putting in the right proper fuel, good foods, good healthy foods, raw, cooked, to get that fiber. If you're not going to the bathroom every day, and that's number two, you got to go number two every single day, because whatever goes in must come out. And even if you skip foods on a day, you should still be going to the bathroom every day. So one of the things I do suggest to my clients is, do you give yourself a detox at least once to twice a year? Now, if you're doing a lot of drinking, smoking, drugs, whether they're street drugs or medication, a lot of that stuff throws the body off. It congests the organs. So you want to do these detox. I'll send you two detox that I recommend. One is with Dr. Schultz, and I do use the superfood with him, with all the nutrients, in case I'm not getting all the foods, even though I do eat really healthy. But still, there's always something. I don't eat organic, and so supposedly I'm getting a lot of poisons. The other one is with Standard Process, but I will leave that information. To do a detox, you want to eat super clean for only 30 days. And I think I can say that 30 days will not kill your life to feel good. I do a super clean diet I do it for 60 days, eating straight raw vegetables or juice. And then I drink this 3 times a day. Depending on you, you might think it's good. You might think it's horrible. For me to be healthy, I don't care. I'm going to drink it because I feel amazing since I started doing these detox. I've been doing these for years, but I didn't do it for 15 years and found this is the reason why I was sluggish. So now I'm back on track. So when you detox your organs, when you flush them out, it helps the organs function better, filtrate better. A lot of times when we put these poisons in our body, just junk. I mean, the foods nowadays have hormones and pesticides and metals in them. So they're poisoning us slowly. But eventually your organs will not filtrate properly. So if they're not filtrating properly, they're backed up. And what they're doing is they're keeping the rest of the body from getting the proper nutrients. And then you start getting fatigued. You start getting aches, inflammation, pain in the body. You start doing the shuffle walk. Maybe your thinking process is slowed down. Your mind's not working because you're not getting the proper fuel to the brain, right? So think about that and try the detox. So the detox I'm going to explain is when you're doing this raw diet for 6 weeks and you're taking the herbs and the teas to detox the organs, there's certain teas that help you flush out the poisons, the metals, whether it's bacteria, candida, even what are those little bugs called? Parasites. Cleanse those out. Sometimes you get abundance of those depending on what you're eating. So you want to clean all that out and get it back into balance. And then after 4 weeks, slowly add your other foods. I always would do dairy first because I know I don't have a dairy problem. And then I would bring in the meat, fish, and chicken. I don't do a whole lot of pastas, breads, because I know I have a problem with it. I just don't break it down properly to feel good. It causes inflammation for me at the time. I don't think I have a problem now, but I just know I feel better without it. I'll eat it once in a while. You know, I do love my chocolate chip cookies, so I'll cheat, but not very often. It's a reward for myself for feeling good and accomplishing things. So what's the next one is going to be, what are you thinking? So with fatigue, a lot of the things that cause us to be fatigued is you hate your job. So the stress of going to work because you don't like your job is going to make you tired. You've got to really go in and change your mindset and think about, God, I'm grateful that I have this job. Because when you go in every day thinking you hate the job, it's just going to get worse. And it's your thinking and what you're thinking and basically complaining. Sorry if I use that word. I don't know a nicer word, but I'm going to be blunt. And I've gone through this. Complaining about my job, hating my job, instead of asking, changing your words, what can I do to have a job that I enjoy? What can I do to have more energy to go to work every day? There's a different mindset you play. Instead of saying negative stuff, saying positive stuff. Instead of complaining, what would work to make me have more energy? What would work to have more fun with my job? Maybe get a new job. Maybe you don't like the person you work with, but also freeing that stress at the end of the day. I have a healing video that will help you at the end of the day that you listen to let go of all those obsessions and stress and people you hate and you just can't stand the day because you don't like things about it, right? People, the work, you don't like what you don't like how you feel inside. So let's talk about how you feel inside. If you are not happy in your situation in your life, you're going to be fatigued. Now you may or may not like what I say, but we all have something that bothers us. I've never come across anybody that was happy within themselves. They were either feeling unwanted, lonely, sadness. There's no excitement, no fun in their life. Write down why you're not happy. Now, you didn't just get tired one day. It's what you're thinking about made you tired. Did you have some trauma? I know people are going through a divorce, a death in the family. You hate your job, you hate your partner, you hate yourself. What is going on that you're not happy with yourself? And this is before you were tired. Think about it very strongly. Write it down. And if you feel comfortable, send it to me. I'll send you my email address. If you're comfortable sending it here on the message, that is fine. One of the things, I'm going to share my story really quick. One of the things that I found, and somebody told me this, is there's 3 things I enjoy doing. It was drinking alcohol, eating, and sleeping. If you feel that sleeping feels so good because you're so tired, you may have felt that this is pleasurable. And the more you slept, the more you thought it felt good. I was one of those people. I'm going to admit it. So what you need to do is figure out what else is pleasurable. So you know what I had to do? I had to get rid of the cable TV. And I wanted to start looking for other ways of having pleasure. I got rid of the alcohol, so I'm now sober because the only way I could get out of bed was to drink alcohol. And I always had energy to go to the store and get a cake or junk food. I had a cake problem. So write down what else could you do if you weren't sleeping. Now, some of you may not feel that it's pleasurable. It may not be the diet. It could be the stress. So I'm going to tell you, if you can't think of anything else that is pleasurable besides sleep, then you need to start working with other ideas. Maybe it's being with your kids, going shopping, going I'm trying to think what people would like doing. Going to concerts, going and hanging out on date night, doing family functions. I used to be so tired after a family function that I thought it was the people I was around. And it wasn't the people at all, is because sleeping was so pleasurable for me. And so when I started thinking about being around my friends is pleasurable, reading a book is pleasurable, I started reading while I was laying in bed, and I tried to I had to really feel, and I'm going to be doing a video about that. Instead of thinking about how other things please you, feel it coming up from your feet, the pleasure of being with your friends, the pleasure of feeling it coming up and being with your partner, or being with your kids, being with your dog, maybe taking long walks by yourself. But when you start feeling other pleasures and accepting them, I haven't laid in bed, and it's been 6 months. So try that. And then the other things that create being tired, and let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. The other thing, and just to let you know, a lot of people thought I was depressed. Doctors said I was depressed and be put on drugs. I was not depressed. One of the other things that I enjoyed sleeping was because I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel like I was worthy, and I wanted to die. So if you feel like you just want to die, there's a program running in your mind that was created way back, probably when you were a child, because mine was created when I was 3 years old. But I'm just giving you ideas of what it could be and helping you identify maybe where you think it's coming from. So although I did have pleasure when I was sleeping, I also wanted to die. So if that makes sense. But once I got rid of the pleasure, the pattern was still there that I wanted to die. But I've had to work with that and start talking that I want to live life. So feeling, when I said bring in new pleasures, bring in the feeling of living life. You want to live life to the fullest. You are not ready to go anywhere. You are ready to enjoy, be excited about life. I will be doing a healing meditation and putting that on here so you can maybe identify with certain things that are going on in your body. You may have been blindsided and not even known. Sometimes we don't know, we just assume. When you assume you think you know the problem, you actually do more damage. Only because I went through this. I tried everything to figure out why I'm so tired for a lot of my life. And although I fixed one part of it through diet didn't work when it came to just laying in bed all day. That was more my mind and what I felt about myself. So send me a message. Let me know what your thoughts are. So you want to try changing your diet and start there first. Because when you change your diet, your mind will think better and it processes. It starts thinking and having motivation and excitement and fun because it's got the good fuel in it. But if that's not working, try thinking of new pleasures instead of sleeping. Think of, you can write and journal, what would it be like if I had energy, and live your life in your feelings of what it would feel like to have amazing energy. I hope that helps. And a lot of it has to do with your mind or your food. So it's going to be one or the other. Which one? Please let me know what your thoughts are and share them with me.